We are live, the second ever live stream for the Acquirify bi-weekly live streams. Today we have McDonald's apps in hand. GDP's up, but markets are still cautious pending PCE numbers. Joining me as always, or most of the time anyways, is our CEO and our fearless leader, Jan, as well as our head of OTC, Mr. Andrew. What's going on, gents? Welcome back. How are we doing today?
Good. Pretty good.
I'm
Excited
just saying I'm
for
fat today, so I guess I'm not that good. No, I'm good, man. Like a lot of exciting things happening on the OTC side. Obviously, market is dumping, which is never good, but definitely waiting to see what will happen. But yeah, what's expected? September is coming. Red months are coming. What can you do?
I got a present here. I'm sending over for Andrew the Bear. Got his future work uniform ready for him.
Oh God. Nice.
All right. So let's hop into some I guess we got some economic data coming out here today. You want to run us through that, Andrew?
Yeah, sure thing. So yesterday was kind of like, yesterday and today were kind of the main things that we were expecting this week. We had GDP numbers come out and then the job numbers. GDP came out much better than expected, which is a good sign. It's showing like the economy is growing, possibly inflation cooling down. But the only thing about the job numbers were that it came out a little under than what they were expecting. So with the job numbers, because it came a little under than previously and whatnot, this won't likely push the Feds any faster to cutting rates. But the signs of slowdown inflation could help. So tonight, also the big thing is going to be the core PCE price index. So depending on how this comes out, if we come in under, great. If we come in hotter, not so good. So this is what's going to dictate whether we're going to either crash or maybe survive. So definitely keep your eyes on that tonight. It's at 7:30 p.m. for us out in Asia. I don't know what that is. I think that's like 7 a.m. for EST. But
didn't the normal markets equities went all-time high, SP 500, if I believe, yesterday?
Not all-time highs. Well, I guess it poked out a little bit. So, like I said, like the GDP numbers were good. The job numbers weren't overly bad or whatever, right? So the market did have a bit of a euphoric pump. Also, we had a lot of like nice bullish structures come back in. We started off the week pretty nasty, and then we just kind of like recovered. That midweek recovery was kind of what we were looking for. So nice bounce off these moving averages, and as you can see, Russell 2000 is breaking out pretty heavily. So small cap stocks are doing very well. Dow Industrial tried to break out, but it is starting to get a little bit tired there. So it's right now, I do feel like the market's just kind of de-risking, selling off, just because, again, we got these like pretty big macro events tonight. Also, I think there's a lot of options expiry today. So that's also another big kind of liquidity volatility event. So I think market is just kind of, preparing for that in a sense, front running it a little bit slightly. Plus Asia loves to kind of sell off recently. So really depends on what the US market does tonight and how we open up and, how all this data comes out. So hopefully we can, survive. Hopefully these W's can play out and we can kind of continue higher. Otherwise, if we do start breaking down, I would just be cautious of watching these lows and hopefully we don't lose these lows. Because right now we're still in an uptrend, right? Because we didn't lose these lows. We're still making higher highs, higher lows. So indicating a bit of a bullish trend here still. So let's see. Definitely hoping the PCE comes out good. I think that's what everybody's waiting on right now, actually. So moving on to crypto. Sorry, do you want to say something?
Bad. Looks so bad. It used to be the other way around when equities are going down, crypto is going up, but now we are definitely going the other way.
Well, the thing is like crypto and equities, they're both risk-on assets. So I feel like they should technically move together because, like, they are risk-on assets, right? At the end of the day. And so that's kind of why. The more weird correlations, just like watching the Dixie, not really responding inversely with the stocks and stuff. So that's what I find kind of a bit odd, but yeah. Where are my charts? There we go. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we actually did get a little double bottom coming here, but it looks like we're getting like rejected pretty hard. So overnight yesterday, U.S. market was looking pretty good, and then throughout kind of like the Europe and Asia session, we've just been kind of selling off again. So I think the market's a little bit spooked, de-risking perhaps. What I don't like is the fact that we're breaking down, and so this low is going to be pretty important to kind of hold, which is right on that 61.8 as well. Because right now we're making lower highs, lower lows, right? So that signals a downtrending market. So if we lose these lows again, then this uptrend is pretty much cooked for a little while, in my opinion. Seasonally, like Jan mentioned earlier in the call, September is generally a pretty bad month. It's usually a red month. Seasonally, everybody comes back from their summer vacation, all the professionals are back, and then everybody wants to start clearing their books and squaring their positions, right? So that causes a bit of a sell-off. Also, we're also going to be getting into like tax sell-off season coming into October. And so things are just kind of just weaker, in my opinion. So it makes sense for things to start, falling down slightly, cleaning up, getting our dips here. We're not completely over yet until we really lose these lows, in my opinion, that 100K, 98K. And if we do, then, we just have to start looking for reload zones and stuff like that, right? But this was a pretty strong run. Our Jan barometer said that we're going to have a very bullish summer. And if you look, since summer, it's just been straight up. Like, that was a pretty good run, nice 25% roughly. Now that we're coming into the fall season, this is where things are going to start slowing down and getting a bit choppy, in my opinion. And then it doesn't help with like the events tonight. And I guess like a rate cut in September might help, but I don't know. We'll see. So right now for me, level wise and structure wise, like I do like that we got this double bottom. I do like that we have potential bull divs trying to come in here. So pretty much once this crosses the midline, we would have a confirmed bullish divergence. So still a bit of a way, but I do like that it's potentially building. We are getting closer and closer to an oversold condition as well. So I think maybe we do need to just one more stab down, officially get us into this actual reload zone of this recent range. And then we can maybe start thinking of like some kind of temporary bottom. Until then, I think we're just kind of waiting, and hopefully, PCE comes out nice today and we can kind of get a nice knee-jerk reaction back up. Ideally, we don't want to lose those lows, but if we do, then, we can kind of start hunting in this green box area for potential trades.
It's definitely coming closer.
Yeah, it's getting closer and closer for sure. And like I said, like I really do like these bull divs. Like I personally like trading with those. So I think like realistically, I think we might have to get one more leg down, and then we can finally start bottoming out potentially, or creating at least a base where we can start creating some kind of structure, right? Like the more these little like W type patterns we get, the better. So obviously we don't really have anything besides this little tiny one, and it already looks like it's getting rejected. So just have to kind of wait here. 200 SMA still far away as well. So we have a bit of a gap here in terms of space of where price can go. So just literally just waiting, sitting on my hands here at this moment. So
how's Ethereum?
Ethereum looks pretty shit. I mean, yesterday we were trying to get that.
I don't want to hear that.
We were trying to get a W here, but it's failing now. So now we're getting another double top, which, like I said, not really bullish patterns. Ends usually means we have to go down, right? We lost the 13 EMA, so that kind of sucks. We do have the 30 SMA, which is the purple line right now. So depending on how this double top comes in, If we just tag the moving average and then hold, that'd be great. Ideally, we don't want to lose these lows because then that's the end of this uptrend for now, in my opinion. So, watching this level here, watching this level here to see how things go. But right now it's looking pretty weak. We got these, bearish divs and stuff. So not bearish divs, but actually, yeah, we do have some bearish divs here now. Essentially, we're getting really close to confirming this bearish div here. So essentially, this high made a higher high, while this high made a lower high. And so we actually do have an active bear div as well. Not really a good sign. We were quite overbought as well, just like recently back here. So I think market does need to reset. Maybe we do actually have to lose these and then actually come back even closer to our 38.2s, which would make sense because that is kind of where that previous breakout was, where that last kind of structural bottom was. So maybe we do have to kind of come back down and test that. The other thing too is like when I look at ETH Bitcoin, like it's also looking pretty heavy now. We came and kissed that 61.8 short reload zone, and wouldn't you know, that pretty much marked the top. Happens every time. Now we got these double tops coming in. If you're looking at shorts, kind of what I would be thinking of. We got these big nasty bear divs coming in. We are also quite overbought. So I think, this is going to probably have to cool down a little bit. So that's why I think ETH is looking somewhat weaker. And so realistically, I do think these things do need to come back down into probably levels here. So obviously, if ETH Bitcoin starts breaking down here, if ETH starts falling, like it's not really the most bullish case for our altcoins. And just our general market, it seems like a lot of stuff just kind of is on pause in terms of bullishness. And then, you look at these alts, a lot of potential double tops, or, some are already confirming. A lot of things are just kind of starting to melt down again. So not overly bullish, definitely feeling a little bit more bearish right now. But I think the only saving grace we really have is this PCE report today. And then option expiry is always like kind of volatile as well. So, prepare for some volatility here, guys.
Looks like we got a chart request coming in the comments asking for Chainlink. Okay,
I like Link. I'm a big fan of Link. I was able to get a nice little double off Link here. But it's looking pretty toppy, like I said, like just the rest of the market. We actually have a lot of confirmed bearish signals here now. We got bearish divs confirmed. We got overbought conditions, and we got these massive double tops coming in now. ETH Bitcoin's also looking pretty heavy. So I do think like the market is getting prepared to sell off again. And so I personally, I have my free positions open. Just going to let them be. I'm not going to really do anything with them just right now. I am going to probably look to rebuy some more Link. It seems to have been a very solid name for me. So ideally, if we come back into this, 30.2 and we hold, then, I'm going to look for some kind of consolidation for either a trend continuation type setup. But if things are looking pretty weak, then, I am looking at these reload zones, right? So 61.8 to 78.6, these are kind of like where I like to find my longs, where I usually like to find value. And so if price do come all the way back down here, then I do think that'll give us a nice reset on the MACD. We'll probably get closer to like oversold conditions. And then it will finally present the full setups that I actually really like. Whether that takes months or weeks or days, nobody knows. But I definitely would be cautious on wanting to chase longs just right here. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, looks like we got bearish outlooks all across the market, or as I like to call it,
red again in a couple of days.
Sorry?
What's that?
It's like every other day you see only red.
Yeah.
Well, it's not every other day. It's like we had 2 decent days of green, but unfortunately, like, with these macro events are pretty important. And generally with these events, things kind of get a bit weird. So,
well, quick shout out. Thanks for everybody that's tuned in currently on the live stream. We need to start announcing this ahead of time, give you guys a little bit of a heads up, but we are going to be typically streaming at the same time every day. I don't know what's that in UTC. It's about, we usually start at 3 or 3:30 our time out here in GMT +7 land. But go ahead and make sure to get that posted so you guys can regularly tune in. Also, a reminder, we're happy to take requests for charts, stories, topics to cover, whatever it may be. Drop them in the comments, both in YouTube and on X. It'll pop up for us, and we can take a look at it. So again, thanks for watching. Please give us a like, share, comment. All that helps boost the algorithm, helps get more eyes on the channel, helps us grow and be able to provide more opportunities and give back to the community. So yeah, well, we need any other charts to cover here yet?
To be honest, like
how's your bear chain?
Bear chain?
Oh.
Well, ideally, a bear chain would keep going up, but things are. I do like that it's still uppy. Like even on a weekly chart, like we got the weekly W. As long as this confirms today or Sunday, I guess, and we can get this nice big W confirmed. Weekly Ws are generally pretty bullish, but if the general markets are going to nuke and everything kind of falls, then this thing probably has to come back down. Right now, we're still a bit of a way from our double, so we just have to sit and wait. I can do a reload zone, so just monitoring it. If things, oh shit, what's going on? If things do start breaking down here, then reload zones, which is kind of right where my original entry was, possibly 38.2s. Or we continue higher. But as of right now, there's really nothing to do. I don't really have any trades or any recommendations at the moment. Maybe on the short side, you guys can start looking for shorts. But it's always tricky when there's these macro events because fundamentals usually take over TA. So really just waiting at this point.
Bro, I'm not about that bear chain. I'm all about that bullet chain. Who needs fundamentals when you've got XRP?
You really think XRP could hit $10,000?
XRP definitely could hit $10,000. BlackRock is about to buy $9 trillion worth of XRP.
That's insane. Soulface, what do you think, bro?
Oh yeah, definitely 1,000%. XRP is about to hit $10,000, especially because of them going after the Swift banking system.
Okay, Gabe, what do you think? Bro?
Without a doubt, XRP to 10 bands, and the reason is XRP has intrinsic value. Bitcoin doesn't.
Okay, Mark, what do you think?
XRP $10,000, no question.
Okay, cool. Luke, what do you think?
Absolutely. Wisdom Tree just recently filed an ETF. It's going to go berserk.
Okay, cool. Sage, what do you think, bro?
I think XRP could 100% hit $10,000 simply if they just take over the Swift banking system, which will put their market cap well over 1.2 quadrillion.
1.2 quadrillion, guys.
Wow.
I don't know what all these haters out here are doing, not buying XRP. It seems like it's the obvious move, no?
I don't know. I mean, I can show you what Ripple looks like right now. It doesn't look that pretty to me.
The XRP people are the most brain dead, absolute retard chills out there in this market. I don't get it. It's become like the normie coin. You ask any of your friends that are normies, non-coiners, and this is the first. Oh, what about XRP? I mean, they've got amazing marketing, obviously, but 1.2 quadrillion market cap, really?
Yeah, it's a bit rough, in my opinion.
Meanwhile, we got Ethereum over here. Save our bags, Tom Lee. Save our bags. Not looking great. What are the ETF inflows looking like? Anybody seen that?
Yesterday actually was only 40 million, but 5 days in a row it was almost 500. So
let's take here we go. Just posted 40 minutes ago. Yeah, a little bit yesterday. So yeah, last couple of days looking pretty dang good. August still, amazing on the month. 13,690 million, aka almost $14 billion in inflows here. A few scary days mid-month here, but yeah, overall ETH inflows looking good. It's still the new hot chick on the block for now. Is that going to be enough to save ETH from a little retrace here, though, over the next couple months? I don't know. I think from looking at the charts and looking at the overall market, probably not. I think Andrew's right on the money there. Going to have some buying opportunities in September and October.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Probably the biggest story of the week here. One of the bigger stories is MetaMask partnering with Google and Apple, introducing social logins, enabling you to sign in with your Google and Apple. Now, this is not account abstraction. Account abstraction, one of the bigger trends kind of towards the end of the market or cycle, last cycle. This is not account abstraction. This is purely, the typical Google login. Click your Facebook, click your Google to log in to your MetaMask here. So silver lining, I guess it's good. Help bring in a few new normies. Help bring in some TradFi retail into the markets. But for anybody that's a native, Web3 DeFi user, please don't use this. Don't be retarded. Like, come on, man.
Phrase, not your coins. Easy.
Yeah, we just covered the story last week. Google updated that the Android update deleted all wallets from people's phones, and anybody that was using a Google sign-in, with your thumbprint or scan or whatever, you lost it. All your, it's gone. Poof, goodbye, and not your keys, not your crypto.
And it's gone.
And it's gone, right? So don't be that guy. Help educate your friends. If you've got new friends coming in, they're like, oh yeah, so easy. I can log in with my Google or my Apple Pay into my MetaMask and trade coins. Welcome them, be gracious to them, but help educate them on the importance of, maintaining your own seed phrase and self-custody, doing it the right way. So be careful out there. They're making things easier and harder at the same time.
I mean, I get that. Like, it's very hard for normies to understand, like, hey, you have to save your password outside of computers, especially nowadays. But
that's on us.
Yeah,
it's on us as an industry. Like, the absolute biggest problem, in my opinion, with Web3 right now is our just abysmal UX UI. Even for people like us, I've been full-time crypto for like 5 years now. Like, I still have times where I want to throw my computer through the wall, trying to deal with different, interfaces, flipping from chain to chain and bridges and wallet connects and blah, blah, blah. Like, our user interfaces in this industry are absolutely terrible. And until we start solving some of those problems, this is the only solution for normies to come in, right? Like, my dad's not going to be able to come in and have 20 different wallets and understand the bridges and networks. Like, they need this kind of stuff. So that's, I guess, the silver lining here. But we all got to work to help educate people, but also we got to work to push our industry to make better products.
Yeah,
absolutely. No.
Got an interesting tale of the tape here right now. This is the total daily DEX traders on per chain, but in particular here, taking a look at Solana. And great quote here from Quartry: everyone has either left the casino or lost it all. Kind of illustrating the insane extraction that has gone on with Pump Fund and with the meme coins this cycle. Peak meme coins, you can kind of see the range here. This was the FOMO of the meme cycle. Ending, peaking back just before the beginning of this year. Over 8 million individual traders daily on Solana, now falling to well under 1 million. We're seeing the results all across the board. The PVP has gone. There's no retail money at all moving around. Pre-sales are dead. Memes are dead. We need something to bring some life back into the markets here.
Pretty much max extraction, to be honest.
Yeah. So hopefully, we all know Pump Fund's not dead. Memes have settled down. Pump Fund's settled down. They've got some competitors, but they just raised $1 billion. Like, they're going to be back probably next cycle. Who knows with what or what they're going to be bringing to the table. Probably we've seen a lot of speculation about a hyper liquid competitor, some kind of perp dex that also has the the meme launcher built into it. But again, hopefully we're getting something not only that's better UX UI, but less extractive and less damaging to the overall ecosystem. It's a fun, interesting story. That like we're talking about needing something to breathe some life back into the markets, bring some retail interest and retail money back in after the mass extraction that happened with Pump Fund and the memes. And this right here might be the key to it. Just in, Trump announcing that American people may receive a dividend paid via tariff revenue. Let's freaking go. If you remember what happened during COVID, when
another airdrop, that's what we need.
You remember
exactly what we need. Like,
do you remember what happened during COVID when Uncle Sam wrote everybody $1,400 or $1,200 checks? The markets absolutely ripped. Everybody was playing in the crypto casino. Coinbase saw all-time high inflows of exact $1,200 checks coming into Coinbase. Is this going to happen? Who knows? It's probably just headline speculation. Trump trying to tantalize the market a little bit, get people more on his side for tariffs, but not completely not without outside the realm of possibility. And this would absolutely freaking send markets if Trump started sending checks around. I did some rough math. We're on our way to over $1 billion in tariff revenue. Even if they just took 500 million of that, $500 million, or sorry, excuse me, coming up on I think it's $1 trillion in tariff revenue. But if they just took half of that, so $500 billion, 500 billion there. We'll divide that by say 300 million adult Americans. That gives us almost $1,700 per American that would be getting checks there. Again, more than we saw with COVID. And the COVID checks absolutely sent the markets ripping.
Let's not do this.
keep your fingers crossed, Degens, that Uncle Sam opens up his checkbook.
This is exactly like universal basic income. Like, this is how it starts, and this is how it starts to go forward. Mass employment is here, and next one is universal basic income. Unfortunately.
Well, let's
socialism. Woo.
Get your bags packed now, boys. I'm not rooting for universal basic income, but if it's gonna happen, let's position ourselves so we can max extract on crypto from it. Invest in sports books and invest in DraftKings and buy some crypto, because that's where literally all the money from the COVID relief went to, like, sports gambling and crypto. Like, they're like, oh, people need to buy groceries. Everyone's like, nope, fucking Lakers, baby.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I did with my COVID checks. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking just poured into the markets, bought stocks and shit. It was like, oh, good time. Like, it was a perfect time.
But I mean, I get it. Like, what do you do with $1,000 or $1,300? Like, for a normie, that's not a lot of money in a sense. And inflation is going up. The only way to get rich is with gambling. Unfortunate.
Or pay off your
This is
debt.
the attitude of young people. Obviously, like, if you are smart, just DCA, do some smart investments, get 10 to 8% a year, and you are very good. In 30 years, that's a lot.
I mean, investing in education is also good. Like, learn how to set up a trading plan, setting up setups, and actually understanding this stuff.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of data on there, that you can just pick up.
People's outlook on the future is bleak, and understandably so, but the opportunities are still out there for people that want to go put in the work. I mean, we're all examples of that. Like, all of us came into this industry, no one led us and took our hands. We didn't go to college for crypto. Like, we came in and taught ourselves. The information's out there. Same thing with AI. Like, AI is another generational money-making revolution that's hitting us right now. Like, AI is free to study. Like, AI will teach you about AI. Like, you can go out there, anybody that's got an extra hour a night, instead of watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever, get on and study AI and learn how you can monetize that. So there's opportunities out there for people that are willing to go put the effort in. But between sports ball, Kardashians, Taylor Swift getting married, keeping up with the Jones, too many people are distracted and chasing the wrong things. What else? What other fun stories other happy, non-depressing stories can we cover today here? Here we go. Covered recently. SEC buddy with Kraken now, asking them on how to tokenize traditional financial assets. Is coming just 2 years after they sued them for $30 million for violating whatever bullshit they made up. Now same thing happening with Binance. Binance was fined $3.4 billion. Biggest penalty in FinCEN history. CZ spent 11 months in fucking jail. And now what's happening? Trump is making it illegal for making a pathway for American citizens to once again get on offshore exchanges. Like, you don't hate the government enough, guys. Like, you really, really don't.
I think I do have respect for CZ. CZ took the hate for the whole industry. If he would not have gone to jail, I think everyone would have been witch hunted. But obviously, yeah, I do agree with this. Like, first it's so illegal to go on Binance, and now they're changing the whole plan. All right,
Insane, man.
But obviously, like I would say, this is pretty bullish for crypto itself. Like,
Absolutely.
if Americans can trade again on like I don't even want to say like non-regulated. Let's say regulated exchanges as of now. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I don't see why not.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, this stuff always it comes down to like, what business does the government have telling you what to do with your money? Like, I can go to the casino and put it all on black. No one's stopping me from doing that. But I can't.
Hey, come on, the real loser here is Hyperliquid, because now you have Binance, you have Gate, you have OKX, you have all the biggest other Asian exchanges that have been manipulating and not have been like the top tier exchanges to trade on. They actually get now US people again. Obviously, the use case for Hype was that, hey, you can trade wherever you are. But if this is going to be the thing now, this is very bullish for Binance and BNB.
Yeah, I mean, Hyperliquid definitely going to suffer from this. You're still going to have plenty of people that want to, take advantage of the decentralized nature of Hyperliquid versus centralized exchanges. They feel safer, there. But most people are going to go the easiest possible route, which, like you said, that's going to be decentralized exchanges. Very familiar feel to the traditional TradFi platforms. So yeah, definitely. I'm sure Hyperliquid has some plans in motion to try and put some stop gaps in place. But that's a very good point. But yeah, can't stress it enough. Government is the mafia. You don't hate them enough. Like, it's absolute nonsense. Talked a little bit with the charts here earlier. Could very likely see a Bitcoin dominance bounce here in September, October, pushing altcoins a little bit lower as we consolidate and range here through the next couple months. So get your bags ready, guys. If you got some dry powder, might be a good time to practice DCA over the next couple months here. That's always the safest strategy. But you can look at it two couple of ways here. You can be bearish, you can FOMO, you can freak out, you can think the market's over. But if you don't believe that, look at this as a gift the next couple months here to get in on some of your highest conviction plays at probably the lowest you're going to see them for the remainder of this cycle.
Yeah, I mean, like October, November are always almost bullish. Like, that's when you make the most money. In December, it's like, it's either way. It's a toss. It's a 50-50. You're either going to be having a really very green Christmas or very red one.
Yeah.
I've always done very well buying in October, like almost every year. Like for the last 10 years I've traded, I made the most amount of money and caught most of my bottoms coming in around October, November. And then usually selling by spring has always been the best for me. So seasonally, this is the trade. So
quick reminder, we covered this a week or two ago, but this was reposted here earlier this week. Still zero of the top 30 market cycle indicators, top indicators have fired off, right? There's still plenty of people flooding the markets right now saying it's all over. I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a minute. I think we got plenty of juice left in this thing, but it doesn't mean don't exercise caution. Doesn't mean don't be smart about how you're investing and make sure to take profits. But I don't think some of the doom and gloom we're seeing out there is fully rational.
Yeah, look at it as a 5-year time frame if you invest in Ethereum or BTC. Like there was actually a statistics now that came out. If you invested in BTC in a 5-year horizon, you never lost money. Think about that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. This is a story where is it? Here we go. It's a story we've been following for around a week now. Lisa Cook, one of the board members at the Fed, under investigation for housing fraud. Trump firing her, her firing back that he has no authority to fire her, and it's created this kind of back and forth battle. Jim Bianco making of some very, very good points here, putting the Fed in a very difficult position. If they decide to back her and wait to see what the courts say, they run the risk of every single decision that's made from now until this court case is resolved. If it comes out and she's found guilty and they have to fire her, that means that everything that she had her hands on over, this trial could take weeks, it could take months. Everything that she has been a part of is now reversible, is now defunct, because essentially it would have, been allowing a non-employee to continue to act like an employee. So very, very big risk for the Fed here. Also, it could put Powell in trouble for potentially committing a 4-clause offense, which he could be fired for. So a lot of pressure on the Fed right now, whether or not, to step up, whether or not Trump has the authority to fire her. A lot of pressure on the Fed to fire her themselves, just because of the risk associated. Regardless, they can't sit around and wait 6 months to see what happens with the courts here. So going to be interesting to see what happens. Lisa Cook obviously has been a very anti-Trump, anti-crypto, cutting rates voice there. So for us, it'd probably be good to get her out of there. We'll see what happens with the story as it continues to unfold, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed this that much. It's too US for me, unfortunately.
Well, it's going to affect more than the U.S. she's one of the voices holding up the rate cuts right now. But for me, the thing that I thought about this, the biggest thing, get a better cook going, Lisa. Like, come on. Like, you're one of the most powerful financial voices, financially powerful people in the entire world. You're on the board of the Federal Reserve for the USA, and you're committing small-time housing fraud. Like, meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi is out here cashing multi-$100-million checks, and you're running like low key, like 100K loan, mortgage fraud. Like, step up your game. If you're going to risk it all, if you're going to risk one of the most powerful financial positions in the entire world, you better be worth it, man. I mean, come on, get a better scam going. Step your game up.
Yeah.
Don't get it, man. Like, risking, one of the most powerful positions in the world for like 50 grand. Like, what? All right. What else do we have here? This is interesting news. Google Cloud apparently throwing its hat in the L1 ring. Just what we needed is another L1. Apparently, they are getting ready to launch their own L1. Now, it is a little ways out yet, and it will be a very institutional type of L1. It's not going to be a retail L1. In fact, it seems that it's actually going to be a private permissioned L1, specifically built for finance and native commercial banking, on-chain money type stuff, throwing their hat in the stablecoin ring, it looks like here. Now, whether or not they're going to get any business, my guess would be they have tons of money they're going to be able to throw at this thing to incentivize people to come and use their L1, use their stable token.
Well, they have enterprise clients. That's the thing. And I think
They do.
with their blockchain, what they're going to do with the financials is that the use case there is it's basically a ledger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are having different data centers and so forth, you have everything in the cloud. If you have it in a ledger or in a blockchain, it's going to be there forever. So there is a use case for it. But I do agree, again, another L1. At least it's not going to have a coin.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the question will be, depending on the nature of its use case, it might be a data play. If it's purely a data play, it makes sense. If they're going to actually try to put financial transactions via their chain, I think that's where they're going to have the biggest hurdles. They're going up against Ethereum. Like, if I'm a large commercial bank and I'm going to entrust billions of dollars daily to go on chain for on chain transfers, am I going to trust the Google chain that's a month old and not battle tested, or Ethereum, which has been around for more than a decade and that everyone else is using, that has time in the market and is proven safe for this kind of a thing. I think that would be their biggest hurdle should they go that route. But as you mentioned, it's much more likely a data play here. So not something that's going to affect the our retail bags most likely, but interesting to see another one of the biggest names coming into this space. My question, that the thing that I've kind of wondered and I guess worried about, we've seen in the TradFi market, there's basically 7 companies that own everything now. Google's bought up everything, Amazon's bought up everything, Facebook's bought up everything. Nvidia, Apple, BlackRock, like there's a few companies that have now just gone out. Anytime there's a new sector, new industry, new leaders, boom, they go out and they buy it. They just have huge checks. There's been lots of monopoly accusations and lawsuits going around. Are we going to see that? Is Google and Amazon, are they going to come into Web3 here and start trying to run the same playbook here and buying up all the assets and consolidating everything under 1 or 2 names in Web3? I think that's a scary proposition that we don't want to see in this industry.
Right, but we love centralization. That's all we want. That's all these crypto kids want.
Well, don't get me wrong. We're an M&A platform, so for us to come out here and say we don't want Google and Amazon to come in and buy everything is silly. But at the same time, like, would it be good for us personally? Yes. Would it be good for the industry? Probably not. So, that's trying to be, trying to look long term for the health of the industry, not necessarily for us in particular. But Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, if you guys are wanting to buy Web3 assets, hit your boy up. Let's go. Oh man, what else? I think it's probably about all the major stories that wanted to cover here today. I guess let's pop in here and take a look at some M&A and OTC. Do you have any OTC deals you wanted to highlight today?
None that came to my mind today, to be honest.
I think this is one that we next week. Yeah, I think this is probably a good one to highlight here real quick. This is not something that we are selling, but any Canton Network holders out there, we have buyers. Very hot item on the secondaries market right now, looking for $5 million tickets minimum, valuation 5 to 6 cents. If that is something, if you're interested in getting connected with us and looking to offload some of your Canton, hit us up. Links you can find us via our website. You can get us through our Telegram channel, email, etc. But Canton Network, definitely something we're looking to get our hands on. Have active buyers in the space right now. I don't know, Jan, if you want to cover anything else regarding Canton or not.
No, we're good. I think, if you have any supply, let us know.
Awesome. On the M&A side, let's see. We covered a couple of these recently. Hive Fury, we have some great gaming assets available. Realis, great users play. A lot of people see this like, okay, why are we highlighting a gaming platform? Gaming is dead. This is a user play here. They have a ton of users, over 4.6 million installs ready to scale. So this is great for somebody that is coming in looking for retail exposure, looking for new users to onboard into, whether that is your network, onto your existing app, into your existing ecosystem, etc. A little bit lower revenue on this one, but again, their focus at this point has been growing the game, growing the user base, not necessarily growing the revenue. So for the right partner, this could be an absolutely clutch acquisition here to onboard users and a ready built stream. If you have revenue mechanisms in place to come in and bring in an active supply of buyers right there. So full information on this one here, assets, ideal buyers, growth, summary of the listing itself, can find right on our marketplace. It's one of the top deals here. Head over to acquire.fi, not acquirefi.com, acquire.fi. Go to the marketplace, mergers and acquisitions, and it is number 4 on the top list there. So check it out. Also, if you are in the business to get acquired yourselves, let us know. Always looking for new great projects to get listed. We have a huge network of buyers. We'll get you listed on the marketplace, and we do direct outreach for our clients as well. So always happy to onboard new projects, looking to find a win-win situation with a new partner.
Yeah, I just want to say, like on M&A, you're always buying either revenue, tech, or something else, and this is basically you jumping from level 1 to level 5, because building that yourself will take time, and time is basically money. So anyone out there that thinks of just building themselves, actually it's cheaper in the long run to just buy out different platforms or users or revenue. But yeah, it's very normal in TradFi, and I think in crypto M&A will become more and more popular as we see it ourselves. We've been growing month over month.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, building in Web3 is expensive. Getting audits in Web3 is expensive. Getting listed in Web3 is expensive. Building out users in Web3 is extremely expensive. So you can come in and find a platform that's already got the listings, that's already got the code base and the tech build, that's already got users on board. Like it absolutely, you said, jumping from 1 to 5 overnight there, acquiring versus building. And we're seeing that in the market. A lot of the top centralized exchanges, a lot of top infrastructure people, L1s, networks, et cetera. It's always been this build versus buy kind of strategy. And right now, buy is winning that race by leaps and bounds. Cool. Well, I think that's it for today. We covered a little bit of everything. Hope you guys have an absolutely stellar weekend. Keep an eye on the PCE numbers coming in tonight. Stay safe. Remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Yeah, whack me, baby.
Yeah, please like, share, and let's meet you guys next week.
See you
Later.
guys.